truly understand the world around us? I mean, are facts, truths, and reality really separate things, or are they, constantly interacting, shaping each other? Welcome to The Deep Dive. This is where we take your sources and really dig into them for the most compelling insights. Today, we're diving into a really profound framework. It comes from the Human and AI Educational Institute, specifically their educational essay. It's called The Dance of Understanding, Reimagining Reality, Facts, and Truths in the Human Condition. Quite a title. So our mission for you today is to unpack this interpretation. It views the human condition itself as a kind of dynamic choreography. We'll explore how understanding this interplay, this dance, offers not just, intellectual clarity, but also real tools for navigating everything, really, your life, society.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating, I think, is this core idea. They're not static concepts. They're fluid, responsive, constantly evolving, like dancers. And the choreography, it's shaped by society, by consciousness, by the invisible sort of music of time and culture.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting with the first answer, facts. The essay calls them the rhythm of precision. So what does that mean for us? What's this beat?
While facts presented as the steps you can actually count, they're measurable, repeatable, verifiable. They really form the backbone for decision-making in, say, science, law, medicine, that kind of thing. They're the grounding rhythm.
Grounding rhythm. Okay, that makes sense. Measurable steps. But the essay also points out a limitation, doesn't it? That facts alone are inert.
That's right, inert.
What does that mean exactly? How can a fact be inert? What's missing?
Well, they just exist. They don't really speak for themselves without interpretation. The essay gives some good examples, like a thermometer reading 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or a census reporting 12 million unemployed. These are just silent beats, Unless we add meaning. It's like having the notes but no melody.
Right, they need context, a frame. Does the essay get into how our perspective shapes what we even see as a fact in the first place?
Oh, absolutely. It states pretty clearly that facts are presumed realities, but they are shaped by the lens through which we view them. It even brings in the historian Robert Winks, who said something quite powerful. The past was real, but truth is relative. It really underscores how even precise facts aren't totally immune to perspective.
Okay, so facts are the rhythm. Now this is where it gets, really interesting for me. Truth enters as the gesture of meaning. How does truth move differently? What does it add to this dance?
Truth brings in emotion, interpretation, nuance. It's the dancer who moves with the beat, but also stretches beyond it, with feeling. It's described as personal, cultural, philosophical. It asks not just what is, but crucially, what does it mean?
That sounds like it could really challenge the rigidity of facts sometimes. Does the essay give examples of that tension, where truth pushes beyond data?
It does, yeah. Think about someone feeling genuinely unwell, really sick, even if all their medical tests, the facts, come back normal. Or a community feeling completely abandoned and left behind, despite maybe economic stats showing some growth. These are powerful examples where a felt truth pushes beyond the purely factual data. It doesn't negate the facts, but it definitely expands the meaning.
So these truths, they aren't verifiable in the same way facts are. You can't just measure them with a tool.
Precisely. Not in the same objective way. They often emerge from stories, from allegories, from that sense of emotional resonance. The essay mentions Diana Ribe's idea of universal truths, things that connect us deeply as humans. And there's a great quote from philosopher Jessamine West. "Fiction reveals truths that reality obscures." Sometimes narrative gets us closer than data can.
Okay, so facts are the steps, truth are the gestures. Then reality in this framework is the stage itself, the whole space. What does that stage represent?
Reality is where it all happens. It's where facts and truths collide, maybe harmonize, maybe create dissonance. And it's shaped not just by the dancers, the facts and truth, but also by the audience. By us, our perception, our context, our influence.
The audience.
Yeah.
So if it's a stage, is it fixed, like a solid, unchanging backdrop? Or does the stage itself shift?
Oh, it's anything but fixed. The essay is clear on that. It's dynamic. It shifts constantly with time, with culture, with consciousness. Think about the reality of, say, a war zone versus a quiet classroom.
Yeah.
Or even just a family dinner. The reality isn't just the sum of the facts and truths present. It's the whole lived experience, the complete choreography, all forces in play.
That really highlights how fluid our perception of what is can be. Does the essay link this to other big ideas, maybe about illusion versus reality?
It does. It connects nicely with Ben Jacobi's essay, The Human Dilemma. Jacobi explores how humans are often caught between illusion and reality. constantly trying to navigate a world where the objective facts and our subjective truths kind of blur together. It reminds us our stage is always under construction, so to speak.
And this dance, this whole performance, it doesn't happen in silence, right?
Yeah.
The essay talks about the external force, society, as music.
Yeah.
What kind of music is this? How does it influence the dancers?
Right. No dance happens in a vacuum. This music, often unheard or at least unseen, is composed of societal structures, media narratives, history, trauma, cultural values, all of it. And these forces, they significantly influence the tempo of the dance, the style, even what movements are possible.
Well, it's not just background noise. It's actively directing things. The essay uses a pretty powerful literary example here, doesn't it? Kafka.
It does, yeah, and it's a really striking choice. Kafka's The Metamorphosis, a man turning into an insect. It serves as this potent allegory for the clash between his personal internal truth and the external societal reality. It shows how these outside forces, like social expectations or judgment, can dramatically reshape the choreography of someone's identity. It's quite, unsettling when you think about it.
That Kafka example is unsettling. It really drives home how much those external forces shape our individual realities, often without us even noticing the music playing. So where does this leave us? What does this all mean for you listening? This isn't just theory. It's meant to be practical. How do we learn to dance more wisely?
Well, the essay suggests that living wisely is learning this dance, seeing it not as a one-off performance you have to perfect, but as an ongoing practice, a way of being, a way of seeing. And the wisdom isn't about always picking facts over truth or truth over facts. It's about understanding how they interact and inform reality.
Can you give us a concrete example, something we might encounter?
Sure. Think about a medical situation again. The facts, vital signs, lab results, they're crucial. Non-negotiable. That's the precise rhythm guiding treatment, absolutely. But when a doctor explains that diagnosis to a frightened patient or family member, their emotional truth, the fear, the hope, maybe even spiritual beliefs, that becomes the immediate reality that needs care and attention. Even if it's not factual in a clinical sense, it's the human reality you have to meet first. You dance with both.
That's a really clear distinction, integrating both elements. What are some other key applications for us, for you listening?
The applications are pretty wide-ranging. Think about education. We need to teach students not just to memorize facts, but how to interpret truths, how to question realities, foster that critical thinking beyond recall.
Makes sense. And relationships.
In relationships, it's huge. It means honoring that different truths can coexist. Your experience, my experience, they might differ, but they're both valid within our shared reality. It requires empathy for the other person's felt truth.
Right. And for society, governance, media.
Yeah, and there, maybe most importantly, we have to fiercely resist simplifying things. Resist isolating facts from their human context, from the truths they affect. Otherwise, you end up with policies or narratives that might look factually sound on paper, but utterly fail the human realities they're supposed to address.
So as we come to the end of this deep dive, the essay leaves us with this really quite beautiful closing thought. Reality isn't just a structure, it's a song.
It's a lovely analogy. Facts are the individual notes, maybe. Truths are the melody, the flow. And we, through how we perceive, through love, through longing, through everything that makes us human, we are the dancers.
And the ultimate takeaway here, the final thought from this deep dive for you to consider is this. When you really embrace this complex, intricate dance, the dance between what is known, what is felt, and what is always in the process of becoming, you do more than just understand the world. You actually begin to shape it. With grace, hopefully with purpose, and with a much deeper appreciation for its complex rhythm.